Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I'm going to show you today a couple of really awesome tips for how to use Raid whilst you're playing on Bluestacks. Bluestacks for me is like the life changer, the changer of the game in terms of my time commitment and in terms of doing some things really easily. If I want the game to look totally fluid and cool, I'm playing on player in play. 90% of the time, I'm playing on Bluestacks. Even when I'm streaming and you guys are watching me live, I'm on Bluestacks and you don't even realize it. It still looks awesome. So the two things I'm going to do, I'll show you how to build a macro on something like the 3 versus 3 arena so that you can go off, make a cup of tea, come back, and you've done all your fights for the day. And I'm also going to show you how to roll gear crazy fast. Crazy fast. I've shown you this before, but there's actually a better system than what I've shown you in other videos before, which I didn't realize. So Bluestacks, you can download it on the link below. I'll put it in my pinned comment. It's also always in my video descriptions. I get like $1 if you download Bluestacks through my link. That's one Brucey bonus for me for Christmas. But actually, the reason I'm doing this video is because it's like a time saver for you guys. There's also other game links below. If you download any of those links through my Bluestacks, I get like $1. So if you're feeling extra generous and want to get me my Christmas bonus, just download all the games. And I appreciate that. But anyway, this is how we do it. So first things first, setting up Bluestacks. Some people will find it runs sluggish on their PC. You do need to go into settings, which is like the cog. You'll find it down here. I think you also find it in the little triple lines settings. Yeah, but it depends how you've got your screen set up. Pop yourself in there. Go into engine and just copy the settings that I'm putting up here. Yeah, so make sure you've got preferred dedicated CPU graphics from your card. Make sure this will come up initially on one core. You don't want one core. You want all your cores activated. Otherwise, it will be really sluggish. You want to make sure you've got high RAM usage as well. Otherwise, it will be sluggish. Okay, and you can enable high frames if you want to go for like speed running and stuff like that. I keep it at 60. 60 frames seems to be fine for me. So that's like the main settings to do. Now, let's show gear rolling first, because this is the one that people ask me about a million times every time I turn it on stream. So when you are rolling gear normally, so this emulates what would happen on player in play, okay? So you get a piece of gear that's level 12 and you go to upgrade it to 16 and it's literally like that. When is this piece of gear going to roll? It takes such a long time. Such a long time. I've shown you a little tip of how to do it in settings, but someone pointed out to me, why don't you use eco mode? Eco mode, so instead of having to get this kind of awkward box up and it's kind of off to the side, I can literally click eco mode and turn it on, and then I choose eco FPS and I'm turning that up to 10. Turn it on to 10 every time I switch between eco mode or not. Look how fast the gear's rolling now. You can't even see the line going up. It's moving so quickly. And I tell you what, it's about 10 times faster at rolling gear in eco mode versus normal mode. As soon as your gear piece has been rolled, you want to switch off eco mode. So you see, it's kind of flicking through, massively faster. You just want to switch off the eco mode. I'm spending all my silver here on a piece I don't even care about. Turn it off. Bam, I'm back into my normal settings, yeah? I can rotate the game. If you leave eco mode on, you can still like flick in and do your next piece of gear, but the game does feel slow. Yeah, the game feels slow doing anything else other than rolling gear. But as long as you've got eco mode on, this is what I tend to do if I'm doing a bunch of leveling or there's an artifact event on, bam, switching to this. Or really, anytime I'm leveling something up to level 16. Because it takes freaking ages. It takes ages. It's quicker to close down player in play, go and make a cup of tea, bring the tea back, start up Bluestacks, then start rolling your piece of gear 1 to 16, than it would be. You get what I'm saying. It's quicker. It's tons quicker. So eco mode is like a massive, massive time saver. I do it. I only ever go into someone else's account if I've got a roll gear on Bluestacks. I never do it on player in play anymore. And this little button here, this eco mode, is the way to do it. Now, you might find it's hidden to you, and it's hidden beneath all of these other useful tools. So what you can do, again, you can go into settings. You can go into shortcut key. Is it shortcut keys? No. Preferences. Where did I just find it? Yeah, preferences. In preferences, and it says here, arrange icons on the side toolbar. Yeah, so what you can do, this is the little eco mode thing. You can just pull it higher in the order, put it wherever you want, and the top few will show for you. So if you wanted to do it in like a windowed mode like this, get rid of that. If you want to do it in a windowed mode like this, you see I've only got 3 settings showing. So I can go in to my settings and I can make sure in preferences that eco mode is right at the top and macro is right beneath it. They're the 2 that I use. So bam, eco mode pops to the top, macros comes to the second spot. This is how I generally have it actually, because a lot of the time I'm just running macros whilst I'm doing something else. So bam, you can see how easy that is to do. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to show you is how to record a macro. So guys, one of the other games I play on Bluestacks is Dragon Champions. You can actually come and join one of the Hades Minions clans. There's like 10 of us now. Come and join my Discord if you're interested, and we will get you into a clan at the right level for you. If you're a starter and just trying out the game, then you can actually get a free champion as well through a code called Hell Hades. I'll pin that in the comment below as well, guys. But basically, this is the second game that I play. We have a lot of fun. We've sometimes shot on stream as well, but there's a ton in this game. There's already a tower. There's already a decent PvP system in Battlegrounds. They've got arena. They've got different campaign levels, tons to do in the game, and day in, day out, they're kind of improving the graphic style, the visual, and the amount of kind of character, I guess the amount of character specialization that you can do with your champs. So every month they have a battle pass. It's very reasonably priced, all of this stuff. If you was to buy the premium pass, £8.49, not crazy money. And a lot of the packs as well in here, if you wanted to buy like a book pack, it might be between £5 and £15. You can whale out if you want to, but you definitely don't need to. But as I say, if you come in and use promo code Hell Hades in settings, then you'll get like $10 of free stuff and a free champion to start you off. Let's get back into the macro stuff. Now, a lot of people ask me this all the time. So you see this, I turn eco mode off because I'm going to do something else. And let's say the worst part of the game right now, 3 versus 3 arena. Yeah? You're like, how do I do it without having to be there? How do I do 3 versus 3, get my 10 hits done in a day without needing to be in the game the whole time? And you'll see what I do is I set, throughout the week, I set my defense to be low bob defense so that I get beaten a ton. I don't want to win any battles, right? You see that? I lose all the time on purpose. So that when I'm fighting, I'm low in the arena. What I then do is, right towards the end of the week, like right now for me, I change my defense to be strong, and then I go on a win streak, and I get myself back higher in the arena. But for the rest of the week, I don't physically fight any battles because I'm fighting these low bobs, one-man teams, same as my team. So what you can do is you can go into macros. It looks like a little clipboard with a triangle in it, macro recorder. I've got one here called, maybe I'll delete that actually so I can show you how I actually do it. So I don't have any right now. I'm going to record new macro. Okay, press this button. What this then does is it turns you into a record mode where basically it's recording your clicks. It's recording what your mouse does. So record new macro, I'm live. You see this little timer up the top? I then click where I want it to be on the screen, battle 1. You need to do it slower than you would normally do it in real life, okay? Because you need to account for the fact that there might be some slowdown or whatever, especially when you get into the fight. So I'm recording my mouse clicks right now. So I'm recording that I'm going to go on auto battle. I let my team fight. Now what I tend to do is I tend to give it a good 45 seconds to a minute between each auto click. Okay, because you can see here I'm fighting a Skull Crown. Skull Crown's going to take me longer to kill than a normal fight. So you can see I've still not hit auto yet. I'm going to hit auto after 45 seconds. Bam. But for you, I'd suggest even longer than I'm showing you here. I don't want to make the video needlessly long. But you can see it's very, very simple. I'm just clicking the way I would click my mouse when fights are done. Now, if you are watching your battles or you're looking at your opponent's screen, this is really important. At the moment, I'm fighting a Skull Crown and I've got a Lysandra in my setup. Now, the chances are we might not ever kill this Skull Crown, will we? We probably will, just about. But, or will we? Maybe we won't, because we're decreasing turn meter too often. See, bam, I've got a never-ending fight now where I'm always decreasing her turn meter. So I'd suggest you don't have someone like a Lysandra in your team or anyone that decreases turn meter for these auto battles. Otherwise, you're going to throw your auto farmer out. Yeah, so I think she will just about have a turn, so we just about got away with it. Into the next fight, I hit auto again. Yeah, but change your teams up. Change your teams up so that you don't have that Lysandra or someone who's going to massively drop the enemy's turn meter all the time. Otherwise, it's going to mess your macro up. So again, I would leave this for longer because a lot of the fights will take longer than we've just had. And then I will hit continue and then continue again. And then I'll click where the next fight is. Yeah, and then I'll do it for the next fight and the next fight. You get to this point, and what you actually need to do is pull your roster up, and then you click in here, and then you click, and you click, and you click. Yeah, and that will be your macro. And then again, you pull it up, fight the last two, and then you stop macro. You hit the stop recording. Okay? So that's now saved here as a macro. I'll rename that as my Arena 3 versus 3. Okay. And that's now a stored macro for me. Okay, so I've refreshed myself onto a page that's kind of normal with the type of opponents that I would want to fight. I've got my 3 versus 3 macro set up. I'm going to hit play, and then I'm not touching it anymore. So this is now the macro taking over, and it's going to battle these fights that basically I don't want to fight myself. Do be aware, if you've got someone like a Lysandra in your team or anyone that's going to continuously decrease turn meter, just be aware that you could end up with like a never-ending fight. So don't fight like a Skull Crown team, or you just need to check your opponents and make sure you don't have a team that's doing that. So we fought fight 1, finished. What I'm now waiting, the macro is now going to click auto for me again in a second. Don't forget, I had a delay on that click on purpose because sometimes the fights take longer than others. So we're going to have that kind of, whatever it is, 20, 30 second delay. Here we go. Auto's gone on again. Yeah, so the longest time that you're ever going to take doing this is your initial setup. Your initial setup where you're doing the clicks at the time that you want, that's going to pull you through your fights. So on my free-to-play and on my main account, this is what I do now on a day-to-day basis. I run a macro, I get myself low in the arena, fight the easy teams, and then at the end of the week, I put some hard yards in to catch myself back up so that I don't downgrade a load of tiers. So there you go, guys. So 2 super cool tips. One for creating macros. You do the same process, by the way, if you want to create a macro for anywhere in the game. People have said to me they've created macros for unkillable teams to do their initial setup. Exactly the same thing. Let's get rid of that. If you want to click skills, you can do the same thing. Click a skill, use it. Just make sure you slow yourself down from what you normally would do. So here's the auto kicking in again. Slow yourself down so that you don't ever make the macro wrong. But yeah, if you want to set up your unkillable team, let's say you've got like a 5-turn setup for your unkillable team, you can actually do that all in a macro, all through Bluestacks, and you get yourself a nice win, some nice easy rewards for stuff that is probably quite dull for you now in the game. Focus your time and energy on other stuff that's more interesting. So you can see here, I've still done no hands, hands free. Hands free. You see I've now pulled the screen down to the level I wanted it to be. I'm going to hit play again. And it's basically just following whatever my mouse clicks were. Yeah? So that's the way it works. Yeah, guys, look, as I say, I'll leave a link down below. Download it if you want to. If you don't, enjoy your life anyway. But these 2 things save me a boatload of time, or a buttload of time, if you want to say that as well. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you later.